Solving problems with affordable housing is something that's a big concern right now in our country and in our communities. It's not always easy for people to get government or community assistance to meet their housing needs. And increasingly, we're seeing that people's basic wages aren't keeping up with the cost of housing. So, how do we solve some of these affordable housing problems? As a landlord, it's incumbent on you to be able to help your tenants find ways that they can come up with basic things like down payments, security deposits, or rent. And it's becoming increasingly important that you're able to help connect them with alternative sources of funding, whether that be community grants, government assistance, or even some forms of equity they may not even realize that they have. In this video, we talk a little bit about one source of equity that most people have that they may not think about, which is their car. Sometimes when you're trying to help a tenant come up with a down payment and they're not able to, being able to access the equity that they have in their vehicle could be a way that you could help get somebody in housing that otherwise would be housing insecure. So check it out. In this video, I have a great talk with a local legend and entrepreneur about some ways, answering some questions that I had about helping people secure housing, utilizing the equity they have in their vehicle. Check it out.
All right, how you doing?
Good. Hey, thanks so much for making time for this. I can't tell you how much it means to me. I really appreciate it because
Oh, no worries.
I've been wanting to figure this out for a long time. And then I was cruising on Facebook the other day. I was like, oh, I guarantee Jon Buck knows how to do that.
In 3 different states.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty simple to do. Like Missouri, you're going to fill out the form, the 4809.
Okay.
That allows you, you have to put the owner's information of the vehicle. Now, it can't have a lien on it already. Like if it's already got a lien on it, then you'll become secondary, but that becomes a whole other mess.
Okay.
It's really simple to fill out.
Okay.
It costs $6 to file it, and after you get it all filled out, you can file it at the local DMV or you can send it in. You can also do it because that's where you'll send it into Jeff City if you want to send it in by mail. Online, there's a way we can do it online through a dealership because we have our online portal for dealer. Not being a dealer, I think you have to either do it at the DMV or send it in. They manually have to do it if you don't have an account as a dealer.
Okay.
Yeah, as a motor vehicle dealer or a banking institution. So, I put many liens over the years on people I'd loaned money to on cars that they owned.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you have to file this to perfect the lien, and then they'll send you a lien perfection notice. So that way, it got put on it, and then they can't do anything with it until they pay you off for the collateral.
Okay.
So same way with Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a $10 lien entry fee. Whenever we do that, I actually have to take this to DMV in Oklahoma since I'm not an Oklahoma dealer.
Okay.
And the DMV's down in Miami, of course. And same with Kansas. It's $2.50 fee in Kansas, and then you just send it to their Topeka office. So they do have an online portal for that for dealers as well. But not being a dealer, if you're just doing a secured agreement outside of a transaction of selling the car, you'd have to do it this way, it's really simple to do.
Nice.
And then after they pay you off, all you do, Missouri has a lien release form that you would fill out and give the customer and send them a copy, that way they can release the lien on their system.
Okay, perfect. So then when when you're giving somebody a loan, you have to take the title when you fill out this 4809. Otherwise, it'll appear as if they have a clean title. Is that correct?
You don't have to take the title. As long as you send this in, if they do anything with that title from them, that they're committing fraud.
Okay.
So the system, they can't sell it without that. If they do anything like that, that's a whole other legal issue. But I would request them to give you the title that is free and clear, sign it. Then you're going to send it in and retitle it with your lien on it, and they'll send them the title with your lien on it to the customer. That's what I would do to protect your interest.
Got it.
So that's what they do at like World Finance or any of those title loan companies. They take your title, they send it in, and then they send you with the title loan on it. Now, if you do it in the state of Kansas, you send it in. Kansas will hold on to the title until that lien is paid off. So they won't even get that title back until they pay off your lien. Oklahoma, same way as Missouri.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that was I bought a motorcycle in California when I was stationed out there like 10 years ago, and it was same. I was like, "Where's my title?" And they were like, "We don't get it till it's paid off." So
right, yeah, Texas is the same way too.
Hmm.
So that's how Kansas, Texas, California, it's going to vary state by state. So if you grow this outside the state of Missouri or the 4-state area, each state's going to have a different way of doing the perfecting the lien.
Hmm.
But if you had a Missouri title at the end of it, they come with notice of sales, and then you'll be able to put a lien on it as that, and you send that form in. It's like some of these people with Missouri titles may have that at the bottom of their title if they haven't ripped it off, and then you can just fill that out as well. But that 4809 form is the easiest way.
Okay. How often have you had people default on, whatever loan agreement you had with them, and then you had to collect a vehicle using this?
And 3 times in the last 2 years.
Okay. How
Very
difficult was
often.
that process?
I just sent it over to a repossession company.
Okay. All
They
right.
charge me like $300 to go recover it.
Okay. And so then the repo company will recover the vehicle. It
Mhm.
becomes your vehicle, or is there more paperwork that needs to happen there?
Then you file for a title for it for that then you get it titled in your name. So
Okay.
if they default, then there's another form you fill in, that you're exercising your lien, and then you're able to take possession of that vehicle.
Okay. Is that available on the DMV website too?
Yeah, well, it's on there.
Okay. Perfect. Because
Every time I've done that, I just gone down to the DMV and they've taken care of it for me. So
okay.
those girls down here at the Joplin DMV is really easy to work with. I've dealt with them on and off for the last, I don't know, I'm 38, 17 years.
Okay. Nice. Because the thing I was thinking about was recently, like the last couple years, I've started doing like rent to own houses,
Mhm.
and so all my rental houses, I screen for a 600 credit score. But now with some of these rent to owns that are in pretty rough shape, people don't have credit, and they've got a little less to lose. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, by holding on to a car title, if they don't have, that could help them have a more robust deposit.
Yeah, because I mean, they're not going to want to lose their car and their house. Like,
Right.
I mean, they'll be completely homeless then if they do something like that. I mean, taking some, but you're still getting an asset. You're still getting capital, just in a different way, not liquidity. So I
Right.
mean,
Because
all the people have is that paid off asset.
yeah, because I
So
need like $2,500 down to accept somebody who doesn't, have credit, to cover an eviction and vacancy and all that kind of stuff. But then if they don't have credit, they also don't have $2,500 down. But a lot of times they do have a paid off vehicle. So,
and
um,
just make sure I want to do more than 65% of NADA clean retail value.
okay,
That's how I would determine on how much money you would give them. I mean,
okay,
I wouldn't do more than that, but I would not go trading. I'd go clean retail, but just 65%.
okay,
Some of those places like the higher interest rates, like World Finance, they're 84%. They'll go up to 80% of NADA clean retail, but they're making 84% on a high interest loan. But a
hmm,
payment on $2,500 over 20 months is only 208 a month for 20 months. I mean, yeah, they're paying back 4,000, but I can get people done that's got a 450 credit score through them.
okay, got it.
So,
Nice.
but yeah, you taking the collateral asset of the vehicle itself, I mean, you're just going to protect yourself unless they just tear up the car and tear up the house. But I mean, usually most people won't do both. I mean, unless they're just complete pieces of shit.
Right. What warnings would you give me on something like this?
Just doing a car inspection. I
Okay.
mean, just make sure the car's in working order. I mean, you don't want them to try to fool you. Don't just do it without seeing the vehicle, making know, what, the value's there.
Hmm.
Uh, Other than that, I mean, I think that's a pretty smart move. If that's something, I mean, if you're using your own capital to own properties and stuff like that, and like if you get, I mean, if they, I mean, they default, I mean, you're protecting yourself. I mean, at least
Hmm.
because it's hard to put a lien against somebody and
Hmm.
start getting blood from a turnip. I mean, this way you're protecting yourself.
Hmm.
You won't take their ass. I mean, then they can't get to work. I mean, they'll think twice about not paying.
Right. Yeah. No, thanks. I appreciate it. That gives me the warm and fuzzy to move forward on that. That's real
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I think that's pretty smart move to do that. Actually, I didn't even think of that before. So,
Nice. Real
but
cool.
yeah, it's really simple. I mean, of course, I assume it. I mean, I would form your own LLC to do the financing of the hold the collateral of the car. Separate than your property LLC. And
Okay.
say I would set up a different holding company
Hmm.
just to do your liens and stuff with. So that way, it's just if anything does happen, you you know, say something happens to your property and yet you have these liens on these vehicles, like if you get sued or if they do something like it breaks that level of liability.
Got it.
So yeah, I would do that then.
Okay.
Or I mean, or advertising, or I have this company that I also own that does liens against property, to help with your. I mean, you can get creative when it comes to money on that aspect, because then you're just playing with paper, and then you can put some money over that LLC to take down your tax liability.
Yeah, no, real smart. I like
Especially
that.
if you do it as an S corp, and unless you do pass through taxation, then that doesn't matter. But if you do it as an S corp, then you can move money around and take your tax liability down.
Perfect. No, that's real good. Yeah, I've got my wife has a holding company that we haven't been using, and so we could start using that to do liens. So
Yep, that's what I would do. So
cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. Good talking to you. I remember back when you had Elite Evolutions, you graduated like a year or two ahead of me at College Heights, and that was like the talk of College Heights, that Jon like started his own business like right after he graduated and stuff. So.
Yeah, 18 years old. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, 18 whenever I started that. I dropped out of college at LCC and didn't know what else to do.
Nice.
So, been hustling ever since. So that's crazy. I didn't. Yeah, I haven't heard that business name in a while from people.
No, that was cool. I think about that place every time whenever I'm back in town and I drive by on 7th Street and I see that building. Like that's what that building's forever going to be to me,
Oh man, me too. Of course, that's crazy. It was fun. I mean, that business taught me a lot getting started. I mean, under capitalization was definitely a thing of mine that I didn't understand. I didn't understand working cap. I mean, I didn't. I was going to start buying parts, and people came. Well, how it all started was, I had my Honda Civic, and everybody's like, "Where'd you get this? Where'd you get?" Like, well, I mean, I can get it for you. And I just call. I got my own tax ID number, and I would just call up places and get jobber pricing. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I just didn't even know the lingo, and I just started hustling stuff out of my cousin's muffler shop until I had to get this building over here, and that was actually my third location for my first business, because I had a place on Illinois. There was in a small shopping center down here, and I got kicked out of it after 2 months because we were too busy and we took up all the parking.
Oh yeah.
So that's how I ended up at the building at 7th St. Charles. And then Fast and Furious came out and just exploded. Yeah, but yeah, that business it taught me a lot. Not as much as the bar business. JB's taught me the most out of anything.
But it's probably going to change the next few months of my life by being able to do this. So with these titles. So
if you got anything up here, if I need to go file anything for you, just let me know and I'll go do it for you.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. I won't abuse the offer.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm literally a block away from the DMV.
Oh, right on.
But yeah, just let me know what I can do for you.
Cool. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, Eric. Thanks, buddy. All right.
If this was helpful for you and you want some more insight on some real estate investing tips and tricks, also ways to help your tenants succeed, check out my channel. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and see you on the next one.